The Golden Age of the Ottoman Empire, 1453–1566. The capture of Constantinople in 1453 marked a turning point not only for the Ottomans, but for world history. With this victory, the Ottoman Empire transformed from a powerful regional state into a global empire that would dominate politics, trade, and military affairs across 3 continents. The period following the conquest of Constantinople is often described as the Golden Age of the Ottoman Empire. During this era, the empire experienced rapid territorial expansion, political stability, economic prosperity, and remarkable achievements in culture, architecture, and administration. At the center of this transformation was the visionary ruler Mehmed II, also known as Mehmed the Conqueror. Mehmed II and the transformation of Constantinople. After conquering Constantinople, Mehmed II faced the enormous challenge of rebuilding and transforming the city. Years of war had left the once great Byzantine capital damaged and depopulated. Mehmed II understood that controlling Constantinople meant controlling one of the most strategic locations in the world. The city stood at the crossroads of Europe and Asia and controlled important trade routes between the Mediterranean and the Black Sea. To restore the city's importance, Mehmed launched an ambitious rebuilding program. He encouraged Muslims, Christians, and Jews from different parts of the empire to settle in the city. This policy helped repopulate the capital and create a vibrant, multicultural society. Gradually, Constantinople became known as Istanbul, the new political and cultural center of the Ottoman world. Mehmed also constructed new palaces, mosques, markets, and schools. One of the most important buildings he built was the famous Topkapi Palace, which served as the residence of Ottoman sultans and the center of imperial administration for centuries, strengthening the Ottoman government. During the reign of Mehmed II, the Ottoman state became far more organized and centralized. Mehmed introduced administrative reforms that strengthened the authority of the central government. Provincial governors were appointed to manage distant regions of the empire, while the imperial council helped the sultan manage political and military affairs. A key figure in the Ottoman administration was the Grand Vizier, who served as the chief advisor to the sultan and often acted as the head of government. This highly organized administrative structure allowed the Ottoman Empire to effectively manage its rapidly expanding territories. Continued military expansion. After securing Constantinople, Mehmed II continued his campaigns to expand the empire. His armies captured territories in the Balkans, including parts of modern-day Serbia, Bosnia, and Albania. These regions were strategically important because they allowed the Ottomans to strengthen their control over southeastern Europe. Mehmed also expanded Ottoman influence along the Black Sea coast. In 1475, Ottoman forces captured the Genoese colonies in Crimea and established dominance over the northern Black Sea region. This expansion allowed the Ottoman Empire to control vital trade routes and increase its economic power. By the end of Mehmed II's reign in 1481, the Ottoman Empire had become one of the most formidable powers in Europe and the Middle East. Bayezid II and internal stability. After Mehmed II's death, the throne passed to his son Bayezid II. Unlike his father, Bayezid was less focused on military conquest and more interested in maintaining stability within the empire. During his reign, the Ottomans focused on strengthening their economy, administration, and infrastructure. Bayezid II also welcomed thousands of Jewish refugees who had been expelled from Spain during the Spanish Inquisition. These refugees brought valuable skills in trade, medicine, and finance, contributing to the economic development of the empire. This period helped consolidate Ottoman power and prepare the empire for another wave of expansion under a new ruler, Selim Thamar, and the expansion into the Middle East. The next major phase of Ottoman expansion began under the leadership of Selim I, who ruled from 1512 to 1520. Selim I was a powerful and ambitious ruler who focused on expanding Ottoman influence into the Middle East. One of his greatest achievements was defeating the Safavid Empire at the Battle of Chaldiran, 1514. This victory allowed the Ottomans to secure eastern Anatolia and limit Safavid influence in the region. Selim then turned his attention to the powerful Mamluk Sultanate, which controlled Egypt, Syria, and the holy cities of Islam. In a series of military campaigns between 1516 and 1517, Selim defeated the Mamluks and brought their territories under Ottoman control. This conquest had enormous significance because it gave the Ottoman Empire control of the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. As a result, the Ottoman Sultan gained the title of Caliph, making him the political and spiritual leader of much of the Muslim world. Sulayman the Magnificent, the peak of Ottoman power. The Ottoman Empire reached its greatest height under the rule of Sulayman the Magnificent, who governed from 1520 to 1566. Sulayman was one of the most powerful and influential rulers in world history. His reign is often considered the peak of Ottoman political, military, and cultural power. Sulayman was not only a skilled military commander, but also a patron of art, architecture, and law. Because of his legal reforms, he was known in the Islamic world as Sulayman the Lawgiver. Military victories in Europe. Sulayman launched several successful military campaigns in Europe. One of his early victories came in 1521 when Ottoman forces captured the strategic city of Belgrade. This victory opened the door for further Ottoman expansion into Central Europe. In 1526, Sulayman defeated the Kingdom of Hungary at the Battle of Mohacs. The Hungarian army was destroyed, and much of Hungary came under Ottoman control. Sulayman then attempted to capture Vienna in 1529. Although the siege ultimately failed, it demonstrated the immense military power of the Ottoman Empire and its ability to challenge major European states. Ottoman naval dominance. During the reign of Sulayman, the Ottoman navy also became one of the most powerful naval forces in the Mediterranean. A key figure in this naval expansion was the famous Admiral Barbarossa Hayreddin Pasha. Under Barbarossa's leadership, the Ottoman fleet defeated several European naval forces and established dominance across much of the Mediterranean Sea. This naval power allowed the Ottomans to control important trade routes and protect their coastal territories. Cultural and architectural achievements. The golden age of the Ottoman Empire was not only a time of military success, but also a period of remarkable cultural achievements. One of the greatest architects of the Ottoman period was Mimar Sinan. Sinan designed hundreds of buildings, including mosques, bridges, schools, and hospitals. His most famous works include the magnificent Süleymaniye Mosque in Istanbul, which remains one of the most beautiful architectural achievements of the Ottoman era. Art, literature, poetry, and education also flourished during this time. A global superpower. By the mid-16th century, the Ottoman Empire controlled vast territories stretching from Hungary in Europe to Egypt and the Arabian Peninsula in the Middle East and North Africa. Its strategic location allowed it to dominate major trade routes connecting Europe, Asia, and Africa. The empire's military strength, economic prosperity, and cultural achievements made it one of the most powerful states in the world. However, despite its incredible success, the empire would eventually face new challenges in the centuries that followed. The death of Sulayman the Magnificent in 1566 marked the end of the Ottoman Golden Age. While the empire remained powerful, signs of internal weakness and external pressure would gradually begin to appear. These developments would eventually lead to the long decline of the Ottoman Empire, which will be explored in the next episode.